Hello people. So I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to show around what's my progress. I'll give you a general view of my city here. And I'll try to walk you through how it all started and how I progressed towards this model I have today of my city. It started working, stopped working, started working again, and stopped working again. Then I solved traffic. Mostly it follows around traffic problems and economic and lane organization. Mostly how you manage your traffic in ps4 with no mods, and maybe politics and location of certain properties, as well as the organization of your um not just the organization, I'd say, but as well as the volume of traffic you can flow through a different lane. For example, this is one of my most uh, busy lanes right here. Go back into game mode. Speed of the game is a bit nerfed, I'd say, because my PS4 can't handle it. I'm around 220,000 inhabitants right now, but well, I could explain that for the fact that I just changed this neighborhood and I had a death wave around um I don't know, maybe 2,287, 88, I guess. I'm having a bit of problems here, but this is temporary because it's in my city is in a cycle of uh, people dying and then they're coming back towards the city the next few couple years, I'd say. Um, yeah, so I went around a bit of the city in a far view. I'd say I'd started with a tiny engine, made all the achievements possible, then went to 72 to 82,000, and it was completely fine. It started around this slot right here, and I made my city around this point, but with a different geometry. No, there there wasn't this highway over here, and also these constructions weren't around. I had a big organization, like I had a big uh what you call this? Sorry, I'm Brazilian. My game is in Portuguese, but I had this uni rail, I guess. I don't know what you call it. In Portuguese, it's a uni rail. So I had, like I did in this neighborhood over here, I have this central station. I'm moving around 1,888 people last week. My peak was, I guess, 3,500 people in this station solo. But that was before I implemented this one that's moving about half of those people. I just fixed this street last time, avoiding traffic jams through this street. So as I said, my main problem was traffic, and I wanted to keep you up with the traffic in this city. So it's about 77%. We have tiny busy zones that aren't that busy, and I used to have a massive traffic jam around here, but I think I fixed it in parts. Maybe not, I guess. Yeah. But it doesn't uh, affect any other parts of the city because it's congested just in this place. I tried doing many things here, couldn't solve the problem. Quite solve the problem. Well, it's partially solved. It's not affecting anything else. It's one of the busiest crossings I have. I have 3 entrances and 3 exits, 4 exits. Around yeah, maybe 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. Wouldn't say, but yeah, that's around what's happening right now in this city. That's why you see so many pop-ups. They're fine, mostly. My energetic management is completely over the top, even though I have my budget at 75%. I have all the main operating special buildings. Yeah. This one's here. I showed you already in front of my uh, multi-platform train station. There's the Eden project. Forgot what I put this. Yeah, I couldn't quite remember. I guess it's. No, I have a hospital around here. Yeah, that's the one. The old town, the oldest part of my town. That's the oldest part. That's the most organized town. Um, my idea is always to keep big zones like this with big streets. You can see there's almost no traffic here, except for this industrial zone, but that's expected. I have a massive, uh, 2 times, what you call this, train platform, cargo train platform, yeah. Um, so in this region, this kind of traffic, it is acceptable as long as it doesn't congest any other regions of the city, such as these streets right here. I have a bunch of buses coming in because I have a bus station, the biggest one here. I also have massive transport systems. Had a congestion with trains and a massive flow of tunnels under my city. Sorry, my downwards arrow doesn't work quite a lot. I gotta bump my controller a bit, sorry. But just to show you how my city has like a lot of tunnels. Mostly I solve my traffic with either tunnels or bridges. I avoid using bridges since, well, you can't build upon it. If I had a bridge here, for example, I wouldn't have this neighborhood, this industrial neighborhood, which is, well, not hugely effective, but it's an addition, a pertinent addition, I'd say. Yeah, some of these regions aren't zoned. Those are in favor of traffic as well, since if traffic would be stopping in the lateral lanes, maybe it would congest something around here. All these huge roads have a purpose. Try doing narrower roads, but doesn't seem to work. One example of my um, firefighters in action here, maybe. Haven't had any problems with demolitions of buildings because of fire. That's actually a new building to get on fire. That's a train station. Let's see if they can save it. Just wait out a bit. Yeah, we're having mostly problems with people leaving the city, and that's mostly because I just rezoned this. Those were used to be houses here, and also in this, yeah, from this middle road here to the right, there used to be houses here as well. This narrow corridor, just as the rest of these are. Yeah, I'm planning on slowly moving them towards high density housing, cause, well, you can fit more people in lesser space, and yeah, my ps4, it's just too many houses. And we also have the traffic problems around having too much people in the same places, but I don't think my traffic is compromised around here. Had to I just sorry. I just have to rezone these commercial low density commercial zones to high density commercial zones. And yeah, guess that's the next step in this city. Um, but coming back around to the way I developed things, I did a tiny engine city, accumulated, I don't know, maybe 10 million, 12 million, and tried making a self-sufficient city with all the unlocked buildings from the start, from scratch. I started over, because my city wasn't progressing and I'd have to make big changes around. So I started with mainly this road right here that wasn't as big. Have this highway. I started connecting these two highways through this path, leaving space for eventual bridges, gaps, entrances. So the original gap was already set. Thinking about that was already set. Sorry. Um, and you can see here, I don't have many bridges here. I don't have many more tunnels than bridges, but these are train tunnels. These are only accesses from the nearby neighborhoods. This bridge entrance here, a couple bridges here coming from other places, so I can make traffic flow in a little bit better way, because they were needing to leave. But those side solutions came after I made these main roads. So this used to be bigger, so I just found out where they needed to go and adapted the roads, I guess. That's exactly what happened. So you can see here in the edge of the map, roads come back to their preset place from the game. Same happened here, except this side was already connected, so I had to do it in a way that it worked. This used to be bigger. I did it all 4 lanes or 2 lanes for tiny accesses. And then let's just say this started here and came all the way down back here. I did this. I don't know why I did this. I just wanted space because I started building from this side. So I guess I started building here and here. Maybe I guess these ones were the first ones because they're more classic and uh, uh, let's say more known accesses. You can produce them. You can see they get a good traffic flow for the kind of transit I'm flowing through here. But there are 3 accesses. One's underneath, around here, I guess. I had to add, and these tunnels connect through in the lower part of the map. Through these. That's also expected here, in case you're wondering. Tiny bit of traffic. I have a. It's not a headlight. It's traffic lights. Yeah, I have a traffic light here. That's why I have more transit. So this is supposedly filtering these two. Otherwise, these guys have a not massive volume, but close enough to clog this whole road and get to around these points around here. So that's a lot of cars, right? Couldn't let that happen. I'd rather have a localized clog than everything. And this is one of the most advanced crossings I have. Highway paths, I don't know what you call them. Since we have, well, basically two neighborhoods, four neighborhoods around it. Yeah, have a airport district right here. It's just these buildings. Have this Duke Mountain here, which is mainly standard industrial zone. I have my portuary zone with 4 ports, yeah, and they're all with train stations as well. Have this tiny clog here, comes from the same entrance right here. You can see it only clogs around here because of volume of traffic and mainly because streets can't be changed in front of these ports, but it's in a controlled manner. It's getting here, around here. We're starting to pick up on population, I guess. Maybe around September this year, I guess we'll get peak population. I guess it's estimated wrong in the first time. Have this shit, forgot the word, man. What the hell? It's a district, Carboni district and Mountain Barranco. Yeah, whatever. Whatever they call them. I have made an addition to these. Yeah, forgot to include these buildings in these districts. Maybe now it's not a bad time. So basically what's happening is these districts are all around this tiny crossing there. I call it tiny crossing, but it's the best crossing I ever made in my whole life. Works perfectly. I haven't had much trouble with it, but you can observe also that the lanes are huge, so I must use 6 lanes in some places or 4 lanes just so I can maintain traffic flow, since I have basically this big district right here divided in 3, and then this tiny space divided in 2. These 2 industrial zones, my airport district, and this huge divided in 2. Well, this one's distributed with this part of the map, but well, it works together with this one, since I have a big exit access here and a entrance access here. I wasn't having these kind of problems that much. I guess it's just punctual. Yeah, since it's filtering right here, I don't have that much of a problem. So these cars, they're gonna start to flow. That wasn't happening. That's a bit frustrating from vanilla. I guess, yeah, I had these problems around this bridge. As you can see, I had that fire around, I guess it was here? No, here, right? Yeah, had a big fire here. You can see my firefighters could control it. I have around yeah, I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. This one's my main spot for firefighters, since it's beside the river, and maybe we're in need of choppers all around. But they're well distributed as well, since, well, choppers take a while to get to places, so we have these in a complex here. Then I've added a tinier complex around the airport, and the rest of those are either this big ones or these, yeah, tinier ones. We have two here, just attending this district. They can't quite get to the end, mostly. This one's specific to this other district. Have a bit of towers, yeah. Tiny specific for this district. I got a big one here. I guess that's unnecessary. I change places. Maybe putting it around a bigger place like this one has, you know, would make it work better. Such as in here. Yeah, I don't know. I have enough. I'd exchange places though. I don't know, maybe here? It wouldn't be a bad place, right? I'm guessing here. Since it's gonna tend more people in the same zone. Well, these are the kind of things I'm focusing on right now. These types of changes have individual changes to make. I don't know if I got a prison though. Sorry, I'm a bit sleepy. It's not a prison. Yeah, that's a prison. I don't have a prison, do I? Oh yeah, I have a prison. Penitentiary. Beside the road. Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't remember this. We have a new rail here. Stations beside big buildings, like tourismus buildings. 33 people. I've moved 119 people, so basically a full one of these, right? Yeah, less than just on that station. These ones, yeah, less people. These central ones, a bit more people for one. As closer you go to the center, yeah, during the day, I move more people. I don't really understand exactly why people just leave home during the day, since I have loads of transportation places for them to be, but I guess it's because of game dynamics anyways. You can hear my neighborhood developing here, so it's a recent neighborhood. I combine these unirails with metro stations just around here, and train stations as well, right? So I have for these, I have one main line that takes me from this busy station to the airport, and from the airport to that busy station. I have one other that brings me directly to this busy station, and a parallel line that comes from my last neighborhood directly into this point. I don't know how many people are attending here. I'm guessing not many, since there aren't many people in this neighborhood, and they wouldn't be needing to go as far as this train station unless they'd be making anything important here. Yeah, I'm having kind of a traffic issue during the day. I wasn't having these kind of problems. Maybe this much traffic isn't as well as expected as I thought it would be. And as I said, yeah, here it's in a controlled manner, I'd say, since the exits are flowing. The problem is just inside the neighborhood. And yeah, I don't know, man. There's a lot of decoration, there's a lot of ideas. Pardon me. So, yeah. Mostly busy places are industrial zones for traffic. So, around these points, here, here, that's my worst neighborhood for sure. Perpetual clog here. Tried making it in a different entrance, but the problem is roads can't be changed here. No, I could add a 6th lane, but it wouldn't change much. Since they're clogging here and around, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. It could make a 3-lane coming here, 4-lane as it is here, but it doesn't make any sense. It's just they can clog here. It's no problem. Problem is they're clogging inside, and I don't get it. Cause there's not a stop sign here. There's not a crossing here besides this one. Only stop signs are in favor of them moving. You know. I guess just a great volume of traffic since yeah, it's a big industrial zone. You have a neighborhood. Compare that traffic to this traffic. And there's a lot of people here. And I also have industrial zone here. Well, three blocks. 3 big blocks, but still. It's absolutely nothing to do with the other one. Like these ones, those are the tinier ones. They don't clog up as much, and I can localize delivering goods to the places I needed. Maybe if I had a tiny industrial space around here, it wouldn't be so bad, you know? Not clogging up as much the other places, such as here. That's a fine amount, but it's already kind of busy since you have to make it isolated from housings and everything. Such as a tiny change here. Changes I make is looking around the city and trying to find out what would be, I don't know, more natural for a city to have. But yeah, that was at the start of things. Like in here, I just had an idea and made this. But I thought it was pretty. I don't care. And it actually looks different from the rest of things, since the city doesn't. It's just a bunch of grids around here. They work fine. But I try to vary in some places, just so it doesn't look so unnatural. Like around here. Instead of putting it in a corner or anything, just put it in the middle. This curvy road here makes it look like, well, I don't know, it's a bit different. But main grid, it's like Central Park, I don't know, it's like New York. You have to have that at some point, otherwise city won't be organized. But maybe around here I tried developing different neighborhoods, like self-sustainable neighborhood with self-sustainable buildings around houses, so you can see it's a low density, bunch of buildings isolating the road from the cars, maybe commercial zones. We have different normal buildings around here. It's like another neighborhood. I divided in neighborhoods as well, as you can see here. That's a neighborhood. That's another neighborhood. That's another neighborhood. Another one. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 neighborhoods. And a space that could easily be like 1, 2, maybe, yeah, like this one. One whole district around here. Yeah, airport's under this jurisdiction because I wanted, so I don't give a fuck. Sorry, that's not proper for kids. Beep. Yeah, had a district made just for this toll. But anyways, thing is, I wish could make things a little bit better around zoning this city and maybe around traffic, since when traffic is oscillating a bit. There's good ages and bad ages. Some months and some days they're best. Some they're not. It's depending on population growth and how much goods I have to move around my city. But as you can get, the general idea is keeping traffic flowing everywhere. So as long as they don't clog up and stop, like they're slowly moving here, even though it doesn't look like at some points. Just gotta guarantee that people are getting from A to B at some point, and delivering the goods to the places they need. Like around here, I didn't used to have this problem. Now I'm having a tiny problem, but you can see there's not that many people coming up. It's clogging up, you know, pretty far away from my catching point from these people, so kinda, I could think about maybe rezoning this piece of road right here, since people are crossing through and generating this problem. But as long as they don't keep stopping and both ways are flowing, it's not considered a problem, you know? It's just slow traffic, such as I have around here. There's a lot of cars coming in, coming out. They're flowing kinda slow, cause, you know, I made it in an angle like this, so they stop and make the turn. You can see in comparison to the speeds these people come in, they come in much slower. That helps traffic flow. This helps traffic flow, and I don't know, as well as crossings. I guess this one is a simple one you can implement in your city, as long as you have the idea of the neighborhood together. Otherwise, if you just draw this and make a tiny neighborhood, maybe it won't work. In the beginnings, it's harder to make this work than when your city has auxiliary neighborhoods like these ones that can transport people, since I have, you know, I used to have only this bus stop right here, this big bus stop. Where is it? Right here. And it used to flow a lot more people than it flows today. You can kind of see what it does. Maybe if I show you like this. Yeah, I have three bus lines stopping here. No, four bus lines stopping here. They flow around this neighborhood. The side one. The orange, no, the red one flows southern part, and the blue one Flows from another neighborhood. I'm guessing. Yeah, from this up here. That's my biggest. Guess that's the one? Yeah. Moving 12 passengers. It's practically useless. It doesn't have that many people either. But you can see maybe this tinier route. I don't know where it starts. Let me find out. Yeah, it's in a much closer spots for bus stops. It's just about 3-4 blocks away. I'm having 26 vehicles. All of them are with people. You can see none of them are empty vehicles. And well, that's a way to think about it. I try and measure it by the busiest station, so it would be this one around here, which is kind of a random station if you look at it from this angle. It's just corner of the neighborhood, but it still is the busiest station. Metros, same stuff. Of course, they move a lot more passengers. My busiest line, I'd say, it's my airport line. Yeah, it stops at the airport. So, under here, you can see it moves. No, maybe like this. Yeah, you can see it moves quite a lot of people. Talking about the blue one, so this side, right? A lot more people than the other one, but still, my less congested line in the airport is moving. Oh, this is a process. 100 passengers? 460 passengers. Yeah, they alternate since that's a spot for people coming in. Then one side goes directly through this platform and into a multi-platform that's moving all the people that are coming from here. You can see transit mostly comes inside here. Let me see the amount of people that are leaving this place and coming towards this building. It's practically insane. It's like you wouldn't be able to count this. Look at this chunk of people. They're all coming in. So yeah, it's working. I move 1,185 people here, 1,175 people here. Still having a bit of traffic problems around here, I guess, that I didn't used to have, but I don't think it's a problem. It's, well, part of the game, I guess. Sometimes people are gonna be faster to their ways like that, even though I have full on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 platforms working, and all the busy tunnels, they're all being taken to the proper places. Like this station moves 221 passengers. I have another one. Those are not cargo stations, right? Those are train stations for people. Yes, I'm moving around here. I have another one moving 87 people. Yeah, my trains don't move a lot of people, which is interesting. Only in this one, which comes from, yeah, my main spot for trains here. Also, the yellow one moves about the same amount of people, a bit less. I have this green one moving a lot of people from the airport. but metros are my, yeah, definitely my busiest stations. I'm moving with transportation all around. I'm guessing, yeah, 6,000 people and 2,362 tourists, so about 8,000, 8,500 people, depending on my population, since it's starting to grow again now. Maybe I'll get to a peak of, 3,500 people in this station. Those are 2,000 at night, maybe 3,200 during the day. Yeah, the challenge is making these integrated. Like, I used to have problems when I installed this. Well, last couple games. I have maximum effort for winning games, so it's spending a lot of money, but it's also generating a lot of money, as you can see. Even losing half of my games, still profiting 1,627,000 game money. I won't call it dollars, but yeah, game money. So yeah, touristic attractions and just beside moving people, right? So you gotta move people. There's a bus station right here. This a 6-lane entrances and getaways for people to be able to get here and leave here. As soon as the game start, I guess that'll be in 6 months. So it'll take a while. It's a game a year, I guess. And well, yeah, mostly designing city with these questions in mind, since I've changed roads around here for a bit. Things are a bit congested, as you can see. I'm mostly trying to solve traffic problems. I managed to keep it around 75 to 80%. What's the problem here? I have these tiny problems that start happening and keep happening at some point. Since I just zoned these zones, yeah, I'm gonna go all the way around. And maybe also here. I don't bother as much as in the beginning with these, but you can see I've organized them quite a lot at the beginning of the game. So, I had to exchange them since I started with these ones and no power plant for heat up. All my water comes from this spot. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 water pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 heat plants. Geothermal heat plants. All the sewers come to the same place, all united, about same amount as water pumps. I guess maybe more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. All my energy comes from here, and some isolated places like here have independent. That's why I have to keep the high budget. But I could put more of these on, but then with the lower budget winds, yeah, could make it. And sorry, yeah, I'm a bit sleepy. I try to zone the city, yeah, in a way that feels a bit natural. So my roads here, I'm trying to keep things flowing. When I have to analyze a road like this one that's a bit congested, mostly what I do is go here in the roads table, and then I try and figure out where people are wanting to go, right? Or most of the people that are in this road wanting to go, and why is it causing so much trouble. So my trouble is starting Yeah, it's starting to propagate. That's not nice. I don't know how I'm solving this. Maybe 6 lanes to the same side here would work out, since not as many people are going right. So what I do is test things out. Isn't working? Let's try and fix it like this, because it was working when it was like that. Just as long as I avoid them changing as much lanes, maybe this makes things a little bit less clogged. Let's see what happens. Let's take these off. I don't know why the game automatically puts them, but it does, so I'm taking them off. Otherwise, people are just gonna be stopping anyways, and that's not the point. I'm 6 lanes all the way. We're gonna start slowly unclogging. Yeah. You can see I don't have a problem here anymore. And I'm probably having something clogging around. Yeah, because of these first entrances. Because there are less ways to come around here. And, well, my problem is starting definitely here. People are returning, using the inside of my neighborhood as a return point. We're coming back here, because this is a one-way. This is all a one-way. I'm guessing I could... use these directly through here. Like, something like this. Maybe I would fix the big return problem. And again, lane math. Have 2 lanes. I have 2 lanes here. At least. I have 2 lanes coming in. I'm gonna have 3. Mostly my proposition is making things work. I have small X's here, and since I have this one, I'm taking the other one off. And the flow isn't that big yet, but let's see. If my road is effective, I should start seeing loads of arrows coming through here. Yeah. So I just made it. Loads of arrows coming through. Stopping this big one here, coming through this tunnel, coming through here, and returning, and coming back to my neighborhood. And instead of going around all the way, unless they have something to do inside here, they won't be coming in. And they'll be clogging this road right here, which is, well, dedicated to this. I have a train station here, trying to avoid, again, problems with traffic around here. As long as they keep clogging up around here, I don't have much of a problem. And, well, they can be, as far as these are, I guess, wouldn't be much of a problem either. And also one thing I forgot to mention, separating, the game mentions it, but it's a hard time doing it, separating your train lines. So as you can see, this is a cargo train going left. This is a passenger train going right. Okay, so mainly passenger trains with side accesses and only a dedicated railway for them not sharing with cargo trains. As you can see here, I have cargo trains coming through this line and passenger trains coming through this line. They only unite at the poles here and here. About cargo trains, I had a massive problem with them. That's why I have this structure down here, which is the craziest thing I've ever done. So if you keep your eye and try and follow one of the trains that's coming in this structure, you'll understand maybe why I put this here. Imagine like a flow of trains impossible to manage. I had so many trains, they were clogging up outside my city, like here, because of trains clogging up inside my city. So I had a perpetual line, and I couldn't move anything. So I had to fix the entrance. So this is like a giant roundabout for trains with multiple accesses. When I made it, maybe I could explain it better. If you've seen me doing it, maybe you'll understand better. But as you can see, I have this axis that flows directly through this platform and comes around through the other side, comes under here and leaves. So it's a direct connection, and it's the only connection. People can't sell their products right now. Nice. It's because of population, but as long as you don't panic and don't try to do anything to exchange this, unless you're putting more people inside your city, which is what I was doing around here. This neighborhood is my youngest neighborhood, I guess. Mostly young people here. Yeah, families and adults. Basically, there's a lot of old people here, and these older neighborhoods, you can see they're quite different from these newer ones. That's an older part. That was definitely a newer part. Around here, they're perpetually modern. Nah, they're just not there yet, cause I zoned this part of the city in a different time from this one, so I can avoid maybe death waves. But you can see, since I've exchanged houses so quickly, people are basically the same age. Around here and here, right? This older part, I'm trying to cycle through. If I kick these people out and rezone it in a different manner, yeah. Problem with keeping only buildings like this is, as you can see, in houses and lower density commercial zones and residential zones, you can see there's a lot less clogging of old people. So basically, you manage your city's age line through having lots and lots of houses. I just took apart a little bit from this part because I wanted to try and grow a bit more. I was with 225,000 people. I've managed to hit 260,000 at most. I'm guessing I have population income going against. No, it's not the folder. This one. Going against inflow net birth rate and mortality rate. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. As you can see, I had a city before until 2145. Then I put a reset to it and started all over again with much more parsimonially. How can I say that? It's not in a rushy way of zoning things till a point, because then I got bored and I had to zone faster because I didn't have as much time to play the game. Then you can see the consequences of exactly that happening. I started making bigger neighborhoods faster, and inflow and mortality rate start oscillating more, so you have to have more mortgages, nah, necrotério. How do I say necrotério in English? Sorry, I'm Brazilian, people. Sometimes vocab lacks. Um, well, places where you put dead people and more job sites and everything around that. So, I'm managing this mortality and birth rate together with inflow of people. As you can see, when people are born, people are coming in a tiny bit later. The oscillations at this point are lesser, but they're already a bit big since I'm rezoning some places and I'm rezoning big places. Populational changes as well, you can see they oscillate a lot less before 2271. Then it started zoning a bit more chaotically, and they're now oscillating more because there are more people. And well, it's inevitable, but my city works. It doesn't go away. Tax rate and city budget. I'm maximizing my taxes. Apparently, this session glitched out because I used to win a lot more money, and the period I won more money was around that tiny engine I said I've made. So you can see between 2150 and 2229, I have an engine made, and then I cut all my city budget and started winning a bit more, so I could restart my city, and now things are going fine. I've surpassed my older city. City value and city treasure. As you can see, I've been spending a lot more instead of keeping capital. I've been putting value into this city. Students, I don't have any anymore because I have special buildings and education levels have never been higher. Tourists are oscillating. It's not much of a touristic city. And it used to be more in the past. It generates too much people inflow, so people come in and dislocating from point A to point B. That's gonna clog up your roads, your transport system, everything. They're gonna share the city, and everyone's gonna be like in Paris. So yeah, not happy. Happier than ever. I'd say bit happier than my tiny engine, but okay. Residential zones, you can see I had big alteration there. That's what's causing most of my inflow. It's been comparatively with industrial zones that grow super slow in my city and are not quite of a priority. They're growing much faster, and together with these ones, I've been keeping them around the same rate, so people have where to work. What else? Cyclists. I used to have more cyclists, but it doesn't work that much. It's insignificant to the amount of population. I have um, disasters disabled for a while since I'm trying to focus on mostly um, the functionality of the city. You can see I've zoned everything close to the max level. I have a lot of standard politics active, and my population is distributed between old people, adults mostly, so a European age pyramid. I have um yeah, I've been managing that, trying to keep the city alive with uh, newer neighborhoods, but I don't have space anymore. I've bought the whole square. There's not any more place to grow. When city started dying, I tried zoning other places. Like when this neighborhood right here started dying, I'd zone this side one, and then when this one started dying, I zoned this one, and then this one, and this one, and until space was done. But this side of the river, right side of the river where the both the airports are, I zoned it like twice as fast the other one, cause time is passing twice as slow as the original city time. So yeah, I don't know if I have a model. Let me just save this game. Name of my game is Flat Earth in Portuguese. I've been here for mostly 2 or 3 years, I guess. And let me compare this to where I started my game. Yeah, I started with 2,568,000 budget in the year 2156. I had that's another one. It's 161,000 people. Started with these lanes, as you can see in the picture. Those are all models of the same city in different phases in case things didn't work. You can see it was theoretically bigger here, but you can see there's less content, so I've upgraded a lot of things. Comparing it to the population of 30,000 people, this is the engine. I saved everything. Let me just load the game so you can have an idea of how to make a profitable engine and start from scratch if you want. Like if you deliver everything, I guess with 80,000 or 120,000 people you can deliver everything, and then you can like abuse your population and throw taxes up high and services as low as possible. That's what I did here. I had around 4 million here and a completely different city here. So I just made an engine. I started developing this neighborhood, but I couldn't quite find it. I started developing my roads here. Couldn't quite uh, make it happen the way I wanted, because I had so many problems with traffic, but I ended up fixing them in the other city instead of going through with the new one I had. That's one of the best things I've done here. That's interesting. There's a lot of people flowing here. A quite different solution for a crossing than I have there, but it doesn't work perfectly. There's always some people crossing. But works for the purpose, which is maintaining here. That's practically the fastest speed of the other game. If I speed it up here, you can see things start flowing a lot better. Profiting a lot, mostly because of these budgets right here. You can see I have a bit more water than I need, but rest is around fine. Um, yeah, I have twice as much trash collection as I need. Traffic is around 71. I don't have much transportation beside bus. Level of things is still developing. I don't export, I import much more. But overall price of the terrain is, well, quite high, as you can see. My population is mainly young people because of so much housing and early age for this city. Happiness generally high. Lots of people in schools. Um, no special buildings yet. No libraries. Health is average, I'd say. Not for old people. Old people are just neglected because it's before the update. It's from before the update, but I wouldn't change it right now because it's working fine, and minimizing costs as you're maximizing income. So I'm having 30,000 profit a day, I guess. Yeah, and budgets are pretty much limited, I'd say. Um, right before deleting this city, you'd throw all the taxes here. Oh, the taxes not, but the budgets as low as possible, day and night. Um, I'd start doing it at the start of the day, like when it's 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. Pause the game, throw everything to the left, and throw everything to the right here, and make the most out of your engine, as well as if you just want to maximize everything here, and then delete everything, every road, every railroad. Like, these are unnecessary expenses I'm having since I don't have anything around. Let's see how much money I can spare if I don't have this, for example. This only exists here because I was starting to make a new city already, because my budget is big and I've already built a new engine for my city. Not having these connections will spend me a bit of money, such as not having these ones. I only need the other ones. This one's, yeah, that'll go as well. And when starting to plan your city, like if you want to get to a big spot, you gotta plan big. So these are already planned. These were with things in mind. Like this one. Yeah, I couldn't delete this one, as you can see. I should have looked. But anyways, I digressed. This is the engine. So, a model for an engine. It's quite a bit of people. And tiny industrial. Lots of offices. And keeping your roads flowing. Even inside the building. Inside your neighborhood. Main point is keep this flowing. If this clogs up, engine stops working. Because people are gonna clog up here and they can't go from A to B. And that's the main problem. But people crossing around here are helping a lot with this. So maybe a solution for you. It's about... yeah, that's about it. Going back to the other game I had, I started around here. You can see that's the engine just profited about 2 million more with 3 megabytes of data, 2.2 megabytes of data. Then I have an older version of my city with 240,000 people, but without solving the train problem. I'm gonna show you what that means. I solved it by reducing train budget and making it with that giant roundabout I showed previously. Um, comes around to um how much can you make your trains flow. I was having these problems, traffic jams and train jams apparently, because my lines were mixed. If that's useful for anyone, not mixing your lines helps it out a lot, such as in here. They're perfect, not actually perfect, but yeah. My older neighborhoods used to be like this, right? So I exchanged all these for buildings and around here. And oh, my traffic in this city is around 72, which is 6 to 7% lower than the other one. Because mostly I'm not filtering this, and I'm not filtering this. This used to work, but I had this problem, so I tried fixing it, and it worked out fine in the other city, but well, I'm moving a lot more people like this than I'm moving with this. They're not exactly, no, not exactly much more people, but in the other city, quite the opposite. Um, I guess that's it for today, guys. I hope those tips help you out. I don't have many other ideas. I'm hoping you found it useful in a way. How to organize, having any ideas. Thanks for your attention, people.